Hi everyone, my name is Will McGugan. I'm the CEO of Textual. I'd like to give you a quick demonstration of what we've been working on. We're building something called Textual, which is a Python framework for creating applications that run exclusively within the terminal, but in the future you'll be able to build web applications with Textual as well. So I'm going to run basic.py, which demonstrates the kind of things you would want in an application. We have scroll bars, as you can see. I can click and drag. I can click to go up and down a page at a time. I can even use two-finger scroll on a trackpad or the mouse wheel, which you can see here, for nice smooth scrolling. And inside the scrollable area, we have various widgets. Here we have a text widget. If I press the T key, it'll replace the text with a shorter snippet of text. As you can see, the scroll bar disappears. Hit the T key again, and it'll replace the text with some longer text, and the scroll bar comes back. So in general, in Textual, you don't have to worry about scroll bars. If you have more content than will fit, you'll get a scroll bar automatically. Below that, we have another widget. In this case, it's a code view widget. It's showing some syntax highlighted code. It's got line numbers and guidelines. Again, I can scroll this up and down to see the full content. It's not an editor yet, but we will have an editor in the future if you stay tuned. Below it, we have a data table, which is functional. As you can see, I can hover over these cells and there are rows and columns. If I click a cell, I get a cursor, and I can move that cursor around the data table and it will scroll accordingly. I can go right to the end. I can go back to the home again. As you can see, that's quite a fully functional data table, which is a very flexible widget. Below that, we have another text widget. In this case, it's a error message. And below that, we have just another text widget again. Now, interestingly, the code that runs those two widgets, the error message and the text widget, is pretty much identical. It just static text, puts it on the screen. The difference is the CSS, which is a web technology, if you're not familiar with it, which we've used to power how we render things in the terminal. For the error message, we had a red background, white text, and a slight border, if you can see that there. For the text panel, we specify a light color and dark text. But the code, Python code, is pretty much identical. As you can see, we've got some other examples of that. We have a warning message and another text message. Text widget, in this case, it has a horizontal scrolling bar. Now this is because we've set the text to be artificially much wider than it needs to be, which forces Textual to display a horizontal scroll bar, which you can see works quite well there. And below that, we have some other examples of horizontal scrolling areas. So what we're looking at is the light theme, which is built into Textual. For people that like dark text on a light background, if we hit the D key, you can see that we also have a dark theme, which personally I prefer. It has dark background, light text, and I find this easier on the eye somehow. You might have noticed that when I hit the D key, the transition from light to dark was smooth. Hit it again, you can see that when it goes back, it's also smooth. To do that, we have an animation system which can animate one value to another, and it can animate pretty much anything. In this case, it's animating color, so you can see that's quite smooth. Let me expand the window just to demonstrate that these layouts are responsive, so you don't have to worry about exact coordinates. You just need to specify how you want things laid out in very kind of general terms, and Textual will take it from there. So as you can see, with a much larger screen, it still scrolls very nicely. I can even shrink the text to a quite ridiculous extent. I don't know if anyone can actually read that. I'm pretty sure no one can read that. But Textual will still handle it. Now, if I put it back to where it was before. So that's quite readable for me. Now, if I press the S key, you'll see that a sidebar slides in. Again, this is done with the same animation system, which is specified in CSS. It's incredibly trivial, just a couple of lines of code. If I press it again, you'll see that it animates in and out. And if I hover over these options, you see that the color is also animating. If I go to the light theme, it might be a bit clearer. So you might not want all these animations in a 2.8 that you build, but the options are there. You can put as little or as much animation as you like. So that's it for now. We're working very hard on this. We have some other features in the pipeline and working on documentation. We're hoping that the CSS branch is going to land very soon. So stay tuned, and I hope to see you at the next screencast. Thank you very much.